Wow. So have a look at how much water is coming through the brush. Now that's a big problem. Today we are going to be comparing the N-LITE with the radial ULTRA-LITE, and we're going to be focusing on rinse bars. Have a look at the jet streams from N-LITE. Yep, so most of them are straight. It's a closed circuit, so the water's coming in and it must come out through the jets. If you get debris in the jets, you're probably going to have to replace the whole bar. Now let's have a look when we put that on the glass. Wow. So have a look at how much water is coming through the brush. Now that's a big problem. The jets themselves, somebody's designed this so the jets themselves are above the bristles, but you don't clean windows like that. As soon as you go to put pressure on the windows, the jets are actually in the bristles, not above the bristles, so the last thing on the glass may not be pure water. You have a look where that rinse is, and you have a look at all that water, you know, pouring through that brush. That means the water is not being used for the rinse. Yeah, there's no, you can angle it, none of that water is coming off, and I'll show you why that's important. Same connected, and you look at that for a difference. So what's really different, if you look at the outsides, we can see that the jets are pointing outside over the edges. Now you have a look at where the water is. There's no water coming through a radial brush, any radial brush. Yeah, you can see all the water is coming across the top of the brush. Yep. So then we go and lean it this way, and all the water is coming across the top of the brush. So the reason we do that is so the last thing on the glass is the rinse. Yep. And the jets are designed to squirt. That brush is hard against the window, and the jets are squirting above the bristles. So the last thing on the glass must be pure water. That's critical. And as you can see, there's no water coming through under or through the brush. It's all running off the side. Yep, so when we're agitating, we have bristles and we have a scrub. The scrub is running parallel to the glass. The bristles are running at 40 degrees to the glass. So you get that effect there, and the brush won't collapse. We want the water running across the top of the brush, not falling through the brush, so that we can get a massive flush on the spider webs and the sticky stuff that comes off glass. Otherwise you've got to chase it all the way down the glass to get a proper rinse. And that delivers to you the possibilities and a certainty, actually, that you can do on glass rinse, which means you can agitate on the upstroke, rinse on the downstroke, nothing more to do. There is no secondary rinse phase. There's a habit that you go back and rinse because you've always rinsed, but the new guys who just buy Reach It never do that, right? They just agitate on the upstroke, rinse on the downstroke. Last thing on the glass is the pure water. It's going above the bristles and then inheriting the broken surface tension of the hydrophobic glass and therefore cascading on hydrophobic glass, right? And then you get this amazing experience of perfect rinse with your radial brush. So it's a little bit geeky, you know, I do get into the detail, but I think that by understanding the difference, you can now, you know, rather than looking at an N-LITE, you can take your Tucker and compare it to what I've shown you about a radial ULTRA-LITE. You can take your Gardner brush, which you like, and compare it to the radial ULTRA-LITE. Okay, that's it. That's the first one of the N-LITE versus radial ULTRA-LITE. Hang around, follow or subscribe, and you will see the rest in the series. We cover every single aspect right down to the construction, how the pivot works, how the bristles work, and everything. So is super cool, right? We'll see you in the next one. Bye.